What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the brand new pancake stack. If you are somebody who does not have the pancake stack, I'm going to show you the exact recipe I used to get mine, because I'm going to be honest, I used so many different recipes and I never got it, but then finally I found a recipe that gave it to me almost every single time. After using that same recipe 10 times, I got 5 of them. Matter of fact, there is 2 of them, but only one I tested. The other one somebody else tested, but I trust this person, so I'm going to tell you both of them. Okay, for my recipe, I waited for Crispy to crave donuts, and when I noticed he was craving donuts, I made a prismatic donut from the recipes, and I used 1 banana, 1 big sugar apple, 1 big bone blossom, and 2 little ones. So basically 1 banana, 1 sugar apple, and 3 bone blossoms. Like I said before, 1 sugar apple and 1 bone blossom was really big. And now for the second recipe somebody else tested, I'm gonna tell you guys. So this person waited for Crispy to crave cakes, and obviously when he craved the cake, he made a prismatic cake for him. And to make that prismatic cake, they used 1 banana and 4 bone blossoms. And make sure one of the bone blossoms are really big so you get the max rewards. And I'm pretty sure they got way more pancakes than me, so it could be better. But I'm just saying, with the donut, I did get 4 in a row. I mean, to be fair, different recipes can work for different people. This worked for me, so you could try it out. But now you're wondering, why should I get pancakes? It's because they're really good. And the pancake is kind of difficult to get because it's considered to be a prismatic cosmetic. So I feel like only prismatic recipes could get you that pancake stack. But if you're somebody who does not have the bone blossom, you could try something else. Let's just say for this example, Crispy's craving a donut, right? You could give him a divine donut and maybe he'll turn it prismatic. Because you guys have to remember, when he's craving something, he increases it by 1 tier. And looking at the wiki, it does say 1 corn, 3 prismatic crops, at least 1 sweet type. So if you want, you could give in 1 corn and 4 sugar apples. And make sure at least 1 sugar apple is really big. I mean, if you want, you can hand in 3 of them that are really big. It could make a difference, probably not. But to make the really big difference, you need a really big sugar apple. But if Crispy does give you a tier higher, you could get the pancake stack that way. But at the end of the day, you could definitely trade it for a bone blossom. Because if you really think about it, there was a bunch of people playing the prehistoric event. So I feel like eventually, if you keep on hopping servers, you'll find somebody with a bone blossom. And I mean, if you want, you could be friends with them and try to like share the bone blossom. Maybe you could find something they want, like for example, maybe a mochi mouse, because mochi mouse are really good. You could say, for every time you help me, I'll give you a mochi mouse. Because I'm gonna be honest, right now, the pancake stack is so valuable right now. And plus, at the end of the day, you could definitely get a mochi mouse way more commonly. Because I feel like by now, for me, on all my accounts, I have over 20 mochi mouse. And on the other hand, for me to get a pancake stack, it took me so long, so just keep that in mind. And also, one thing I noticed about the event, it does take you 1 hour to complete a prismatic recipe. But while I was making prismatic donuts, the timer was only 30 minutes or 33 minutes, something like that. And I also got a message saying like, oh, your recipe was turned into a prismatic donut. So if I was making like a prismatic hot dog, it would automatically turn into a prismatic donut. But yeah, that happened when I was making prismatic donuts during the donut crave. From my understanding, if Crispy is craving something and you give it to him, you have a really high chance of getting a pancake stack. That's what I think every single time I see whatever he's craving. Because at the end of the day, it's considered to be a prismatic reward, so it's really rare. Before I tell you guys why you should get a pancake stack and how to use it, I'm gonna tell you something first. There might be a chance making prismatic cakes is way better. Because let's say for example, Crispy is craving a donut or ice cream, right? If you use a cake recipe, which is 1 banana and 4 bone blossom, it might turn into one of those recipes. So if Crispy is craving an ice cream and you put 1 banana and 4 bone blossoms, it's gonna turn it into an ice cream instead of a cake. So that recipe could be really good if he's craving a cake, donut, or ice cream. But if you feel like Crispy's not giving you the pancake cosmetic, you could try my recipe. Because like I said before, I got 4 in a row. It's kind of crazy. And also, those were my 4 first attempts, so it's pretty good. Now with the pancake stack, is the only cosmetic in the game to have an effect. So basically, if you want, you could say this have a passive ability. When you place down the pancake stack, it very slightly attracts pets to it. And to be honest, this could be very overpowered for pets to have a range ability. Like for example, toucans, blood hedgehog, mooncats, capybara, and so on. Especially for the mooncat, could be so overpowered. So instead of trying to get 8 mooncats, you could get like 3 or 4 instead. Because before, having 8 mooncats was way better, so you have a higher chance of getting that boost. But now with the pancake stack, if you want to, for example, like I did, I put them around my bone blossom. So that alone is going to attract the mooncats to the bone blossom, so you get that boost. But I'm going to be honest, it's kind of inconsistent. Like for example, on my bone blossom, at most, I get 2 mooncats on them. I mean, I tried it with a 5th, but it didn't really make that much of a difference. But I feel like there is a difference with the mooncat with a pancake stack. Because with no pancake stack, they kind of just wander around in circles until they fall asleep. But with the pancake stack, they do come closer to the pancake stack, but they may or may not fall asleep on it. So you still need some kind of luck for them to land on your bone blossom. Like for example, look at these photos. It's definitely possible to get a bone blossom with a base of 830 million and 1 billion. Like for example, right now I have a bunch of giveaways where I'm giving away a bone blossom that's worth 50 trillion shekels. And in the coming days, I'm gonna do another giveaway that's worth 70 trillion shekels for one bone blossom. So as you guys can see, the pancake stack does work, but it still takes some time. So yeah, I'm just trying to tell you it is worth getting. I'm gonna be honest, most likely I'm gonna get at least 40 of them because we still have like a week and a half left for this event. So if I were you, I would take full advantage of this and try to get as many as possible because you never know, in the future we could get some better pets and they could make a better version of the moon cat, so be prepared for that. But now that I think about it, capybaras might be better than blood owls because with the pancake stack, if you bring them close together every single time, they start stacking up XP for each other. So if you have a butterfly, you're trying to get it to level 50, cappies might get it there really fast with the pancake stack. I mean, maybe tomorrow with the blood owls and capybaras, I could test it out. Oh, and also before I forget, I did test out like the placement of the pancakes, and I'm gonna be honest, I found more success when they were kind of separated. Like the first time I tried it out, I put them on top of each other, my bone blossom, but I feel like it didn't work that well. But when I gave them some space, I feel like I saw a little bit of a difference. But I feel like either way, it probably doesn't really matter. I could be thinking about it too much. If you guys have a bunch of pancake stacks, let me know what you guys think about it. And where in your garden do you place them? Do you see a difference? And yeah, that is pretty much it for how to get the pancake stack. But there's one thing I want to talk about before I go. I think it's kind of bizarre how a cosmetic has a passive ability. In my opinion, I feel like this should not be in the game at all. Just think about it for a second. Imagine the cooking event is the only time you see the pancake stack and the passive ability. That means if you missed it, you're gonna miss out on so many benefits. So in the future, they could release a pet that has a range ability and the pancake stack could make it even better. And then eventually, you're gonna see a lot of people getting a lot of money and a lot of rewards. And if you weren't there during the cooking event, you're never gonna get the pancake stack ever again. So I feel like if they're gonna add it to the game, it has to be available at all times. Or if they want, they could make cosmetics tradable, but I don't know about that. Because if it is tradable, it's gonna be the most expensive thing in the game. Like, what would you trade for a pancake stack in the future? I feel like most likely people would want like the rarest pets in the game. Like maybe like 4 kitsune and 4 corrupted kitsune, something crazy. Or maybe like 4 mega raccoons, yeah, I don't know. So just hearing that alone, I think I'm gonna go get some more pancake stacks on all my accounts. I feel like at bare minimum, I should get at least like 6 of them on each account. Because think about it, they're gonna be super beneficial for you forever. But definitely let me know what you guys think about the pancake stack and the fact it's a limited item. And I think to get the pancake stack, it's at a 5% chance of prismatic rewards. And to put in the better perspective, to get the French fry ferrets at a 1% chance. So if you give Chris Pete the prismatic recipes, you're definitely gonna get it eventually. So if I were you, I would make that a priority, to be honest. Like, yes, I know you want to get gourmet seed packs and gourmet eggs, but I'm telling you right now that pancake stack is really good. And plus, when you're going for the pancake stack, you're gonna get the other rewards. So once again, if you have the bone blossom, farm it. If you don't have the bone blossom, try to find somebody that does have it. And if you want, you can tell this person, hey, I could give you some sprinklers to make the bone blossom really big for both of us. And if you guys want to have a better time, somehow get a raccoon. Because if you get a raccoon, it'll farm the bone blossom for you over time. And also at the same time, you could get some mimics with the raccoon. And of course, with the mimic, it's gonna pretend to be a raccoon itself. And getting a mimic is not that bad, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure if you have like a T-Rex or something, you could trade for 3 of them. And to be honest, I think that's well worth it. Because the raccoon's really good for like a lot of events. But yeah, it's pretty much all I got for today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.